Hey, what's up? This is Naka.
And Penguin Dad.
And we just saw Transcendence.
No, it was Doctor Who's Cybermen meets Terminator.
Whatever. It was good. Good, but not excellent.
It fell into a lot of the tropes that you see with a lot of the AI robot like movies you see, like pretty much a good chunk of sci-fi in the late 80s.
My take on it was there's a lot I think about it, but you know, I'm a very I like sci-fi, but it started off kind of normal, you know, like the usual, like it had the dark tone. It started off in a, you know, like in a flashback, but basically it had that like dark tone. Everything they're doing is bad, and like the movie went to extremes on both sides, like, you know, with the anti-technology and the, you know, like over the top scientists, and then the pseudoscience just kind of broke my immersion a little bit, but yeah.
It took I was out of the film because you've seen this so
I thought
much.
it was awesome. You should join me. I have a brain slug for you.
Beep boop beep boop beep 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 boop.
Like, it was great. Like, halfway through, okay, so nanorobots, you know, the usual sci-fi stuff. Nanorobots, you know, super intelligence, trying to save the world. I'm trying to save it. Don't kill me. I'm not a
cripple people
and
walk.
Then I'm a healer, that kind of thing. And then he's like,
I'm Robot Jesus.
He's taking over people's bodies and shit. And it's like,
yeah, I got reinvested into the film when he took over the guy's body, put his voice in. He's like, I can be wherever I want. Like, oh, that's not terrifying at all.
There's way less creepier ways to achieve so here's actually something I didn't talk about before. If you're hyper intelligent, think about that. You're hyper intelligent. You can think your way out of problems,
especially when you're connected to the internet.
Yeah, if you're connected to the internet, you're more prone to being careful than he was in the movie. Like, he would be like, oh, this is gonna creep people out. Like, he would logically, like,
also,
like how
you've read
people
all
normally
sci-fi,
think, right? How people normally think about it. He'd be like, all right, this is kind of creepy. Maybe I should just be like, all right, I'm gonna make a robot. You know, you can see that it's a robot. You know, I'll put parts on it that, like, things that you would know people are comfortable with. Like, you if you're super intelligent, you know psychology, you know biology, you know everything, you know every subject.
And also, you can see what everybody's thinking at the same time on the internet.
Yeah.
Because you have the forums. You are like the Uber admin.
As soon as you start knowing that people are creeped out, you can start fixing the problem that you're causing with yourself. Like, it fell into the movie trope. You know, science is bad. No, it's not. I'm good.
I've said that already. Also, the people puppets were like T-1000s.
Yeah, they were running like T-1000s.
And then they regenerated like T-1000s. Yeah. And they were talking like T-1000s.
Yeah.
Like, every time they did anything that was creepy, all I could think of was...
Yeah.
And then they were starting to talk like Cybermen from Doctor Who.
So anyways, Morgan Freeman and
Chris Nolan recasting everyone in their same roles.
And what's his name?
The dude
that played Scarecrow.
He was the FBI agent.
Yeah, he was the FBI agent. It's like, this is the cast from Batman
and Inception.
What the fuck?
If there was a police officer who was like, "This is bad news, Batman," I would have been like, "Well,
I'm done."
We've just watched the same movie 5 times.
So yeah. At first I was like, and you were saying this earlier, okay, you know, that's cool, it's got Johnny Depp in it. And then it's just like, Morgan Freeman, oh my god.
Yeah,
I have to see this now.
I was on the fence like, oh, I've seen the AI movie where the scientist tries to do good and he becomes the robot that tries to take over the world. And I'm like, I might see it. And then it was like, Morgan Freeman's in it. Like, oh, damn it, here's my money.
Just shut up and take my money.
Like, god damn it, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Hollywood knows I'll pay any amount of money to see Morgan Freeman do Morgan Freeman things.
There was another point that I was going to bring up. But
Morgan Freeman.
I probably already covered
Morgan Freeman. And also, every line that Morgan Freeman spoke was pretty much his lines from like The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, when he was talking to Bruce Wayne about using technology.
About the technology thing.
Yeah.
It was like, I think almost literally.
It was almost line for line.
Line for line, right?
Like,
it's like,
you shouldn't do this because this is a bad idea because of people's...
Christopher Nolan is just dangling Morgan Freeman in front of me. Just,
Morgan Freeman.
Here's your money's worth. I know, I pander to my audience. Whatever.
Yeah.
No big
Look
deal.
at the keys!
Look at the keys! You like it? Okay, here's the movie. Oh, damn it.
I'm gonna be semi-introspective so the hipsters have something to talk about.
Yeah. I kind of doubt the whole magnetic shielding.
Also, how the hell...
plausible.
How the hell that... Oh, I shut down the internet. That makes the AI stop. When you get to a point where...
It's a self-sustaining robot.
He can make his own internet with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah, like...
Maybe forget about the blackjack.
Like, the virus makes sense, but the...
shut down the internet.
Shut down the internet? Right. How does that... How did that connect?
Maybe he could be like, no, shut down the internet. It's too late at that point.
This is the green goo apocalypse scenario.
Yeah.
Where basically nanorobots are consuming, like, things around them, and they just keep replicating and turn everything
into... It was in the water.
It was in the water. Like, in the end, it was in the water. It's like, so...
He's
over. Controlling it with his mind, so nothing is, so if he dies, then the nanobots should stop.
That means
not kill the internet. Like,
yeah. I mean, and also, you just kill the internet for like a day.
Oh yeah, and when he stops functioning, the nanorobots that are on the people just sort of die off and fall off of them.
And then the dude became crippled again, and the dude became blind again. If you noticed at the last.
Yeah,
part.
that also doesn't make any sense. The nanorobots are fixing cellular damage. They're not replacing it.
Yeah.
Like, that didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
This is the pseudoscience that's bugging me. Like, like when you rearrange atoms, the nanorobots did their job. They're done.
Unless they straight up were pretty much crutching the people, it being his meat props. I mean, the way they explained it, it did seem like they were replacing it, but then at the same time, he was like, "I'm just putting myself into everyone."
I think that was, but he was consciously controlling that.
Yeah.
Like when he was consciously, like when people are getting shot and like they're running and shit, and, like using superpowers, they were augmented. Like,
yeah,
that's different. That's the nanorobots doing that, not their bodies.
Yeah, he was
that.
like he was puppeteering them.
Yeah,
and it was, and they were like all T-1000 whenever he took control.
But it was cool.
It was.
Looked cool.
Yeah.
The story was solid, I guess. I mean, it wasn't superior, but it was good.
It was your regular AI is evil romp, even though AI is not evil. It's like you were saying, to quote you,
the two extremes, right?
Yeah, like it's not the technology's not evil. It's who wields the technology.
Yeah. Like that's the thing.
Since you want to quote me, I can quote you too.
I will quote you too. so yeah. So that the point I brought up before we were recording was that science is objective. It's a tool for whoever's using that tool. It'll do whatever they want it to do. Mm-hmm. So if science by itself can do good and bad, it doesn't matter what. Like fertilizer was originally designed by a Nazi scientist to try and create better bombs, and it ended up making us have over 6 billion people on the planet. So, the fertilizer helped sustain our world.
I mean,
instead of trying to kill it. So.
Allied scientists wanted to make microwaves to try to destroy the enemy's brain, and we just use it to cook food now.
Exactly. Or what was it? The physics behind nukes are used in things like computers. The physics for computers.
And using bombs to power cities.
I guess, yeah. Energy, yeah. But more importantly, computers.
Let's
Science! Yeah, science.
Science, bitches.
Science, bitches.
Anywho, you know what? I'm kind of warming up to the movie because it does open for intellectual discussion.
Yeah, it brings
even
up the
though it's just your,
conversation,
even though it's just your cookie cutter AI plot.
It's basically like a troll going into a forum and just saying one word, and he knows it's gonna bring a
trip
this
everything.
shitstorm of like debate and just nonsense. Like that's basically what this movie is good for.
I mean,
is starting a really crazy conversation about how far should we take AI, like for real.
But the
Because
movie,
he uploaded his mind into the computer, but
yeah,
he wasn't fully there, I guess.
yeah, because they didn't finish.
Yeah, they didn't finish. Yeah, they didn't finish uploading.
Didn't finish.
But like, that's an interesting question for another time, I guess, or current time because we're getting close to it and we do have quantum computers.
Yeah,
So yeah, good time to start, I guess.
yeah, like I said,
The timing was good. That's what I think that's a good time.
Also, robot Jesus Johnny Depp right before Easter.
Yeah. Stoned Easter, that is.
No, oh yeah, 420.
Yeah.
No, because you notice like how everyone that was like getting
You know how many people are gonna watch that
Oh, yeah.
stoned and be like, "Oh man,
Robot Jesus."
What if Johnny Depp
What if Jesus?
What if he actually like invented nanorobots and totally
Also-
uploaded himself? Like that would be totally cool, man.
Also, I love budget Scarlett Johansson being budget Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the actress, but she just was like, I'm gonna be like they couldn't afford Scarlett Johansson after they bought everybody else from the Chris Nolan camp, Johnny Depp, Morgan Freeman. Like, we ran out of money for Scarlett Johansson.
Every time I think about the cast.
Well, we'll get budget Scarlett Johansson. Because tell me she did not just pretty much Scarlett Johansson all over that performance.
Right.
And then she was just A-okay. Also, I love how she was just A-okay with her robo-husband augmenting the fuck out of like this
she's,
small
like,
town.
screaming at people about
but
it.
then, like she's like, oh, he's A-okay. Everything's fine. But when he's like, I want to put you in the computer too. Then she's not okay with it. Like, bullshit.
You should have been creeped out when the guy was like being controlled. Like,
Yeah, like it's okay. And then he changed his voice to be like, "It's okay, honey. I'm here. I can touch you finally." Like,
cross the line.
like, and when Morgan
and
Freeman told you to run, you run when Morgan Freeman tells you to run.
Yeah. He gave her that was really cool actually. That was
like
a good thing.
Morgan Freeman was like, "Run!"
And
Like,
you got the terrorists that are like,
oh,
we're
I
gonna.
fucking hate those
Those
terrorists.
terrorists are so bad, man. They're
They're like
they're
those,
like generic. It's terrorists, like eco terrorists.
and like the chick, she just was spouting like that cultish eco-terrorist babble that
Yeah.
you hear from every hipster barista at Starbucks, and you just want to choke people.
it's the two extremes that just makes you want to like kill yourself.
Like, yeah, I spiritually checked out of the movie halfway, and then I got back in when he's like, I have meat puppets that look like T-1000s.
So yeah. It being black and white aside, I mean there was no gray area.
Not at all.
Like reality is very
the monkeys,
like-
it was screaming.
like realities. I mean, there's another trope that is based on a reality thing. Okay, so basically in real life, there's more gray area. You have a lot of things that are like, this might be all right. Like it could help, and it usually does. But then there's things where it's like, okay, it doesn't help, but we'll do some more tests, like, and it stays on hold indefinitely. It would never cross the line. Like so many people would be like, fight it, but they'd also like support it at the same time. So it's like there's so much gray area in real life.
like that. I mean, shit. It's taken forever just to
look at
legalize
Congress.
marijuana.
Just look at Congress.
It's taking forever for them to let it be legal for two people that share the
test it.
same genitalia to marry each other,
Just to test marijuana, like
or to test to get dead babies to make stuff.
like making organs out of stem cells.
Yeah. It's taking forever for that.
There's
shit.
so many there's so much red tape. There's a lot of like lines that a lot of people don't go over. Take for example, if you have a female, you can make a human chimp hybrid.
Yeah.
No one's done that. Not even in like freak like underground science lab. Like no one's done that. And it's been around for as long as we've been around. Like shit doesn't happen like that. So yeah. What's up? Oh yeah. So I can keep going on and on.
We can have a pretty much goddamn TED discussion about this.
We can have a TED talk about this, but I don't want to spend too much time talking about this, so I give it a thumbs up for renting it. But you could buy it if you like, Johnny Depp.
Even though Johnny Depp's not that sexy in this movie at all. He's all cancery and junk.
He's all cancery.
And then he's like a creepy computer head the other half of the time.
Then he's like HAL 9000.
Yeah, I can't let you do that.
But Morgan Freeman, yeah. So I'd go for rent, not a buy.
I'm in the middle of the road. I like the discussion that it sparks, but the performances were so-so, and the story...
It was dull.
It was a story that you've seen a million times. I'm in the middle of the road, so that's my...
All right, so...
It's a meh.
It's a meh. I would say it's a rent because it'd be like, oh, hey, we're just going to watch some movies on Netflix.
And you're never going to finish it that way.
Right, well, it's a 2.5-hour movie, but it'd be like, oh, let's start a conversation. Like, let's actually, think about this. And, at the end, it'd be like, oh, well, what we're talking right now.
If I was a science teacher, I'd show this to my class.
And just like, this is what's wrong with Hollywood. This is what's wrong with Hollywood.
Yeah.
It'd be a movie. Yeah. Okay. But I'm done. You got anything else?
Nope. Just all that social media junk.
Yeah. Too many tropes to talk about in one review. Sorry. Or podcast or whatever.
Yeah, where? Yeah.
Okay. All right. Later.
Bye.
Bye.